we are removing our shift selector here. So this is an RSX transmission, shift selector. We're changing the springs in it, which are 2 internal springs. So this is an 8 mil Allen key, right? Usually pretty tight. And just remember when you install it, put a little dab of silicone on it. Just when you put it back on, that's why there's all silicone on this one. That allows the shift selector to come out. It holds it inside. So you have 4 10 mils, one here, one here, one there, one on the back end. What I tend to do, because I like to, when I take it apart, service everything, I loosen 10 mil here, 10 mil there, 10 mil there, which that's your reverse lockout. That's part of it. We're gonna take that apart. That's why I'm saying, let's loosen it up. If it was like this, it's not coming out. If it's like that, it's not coming out. Has to be in the middle. You take it out in the middle, pops straight out. So how this works here is when it's in place, giving you an idea on the transmission. When you select it like that, this will stay stationary and it'll move right there. As that moves, it moves your shift forks. Do you see right there? That's how that works. Right there, that's what slides in like this. And it holds it. That's why you can't take it out. You have to remove it to be able to get it out. That's how that works. So I just put it in like that there. We're not going to use a lot of force on this, but you need it because you have to basically, we got to get these springs out of here. And this is what the D10 springs work. So when this is sitting in the car, this is what controls it right here. So what you're doing is you go into a stiffer spring on the inside. There's 2 of them. When we get it apart, I'll show you how that works. What I like to do is I like to service this while I'm apart. So we already cracked these loose, so probably have to get them a little looser. We'll get this out. I leave 1 screw in there so it doesn't pop off. And you just give it a whack like that. It should come loose. So now that we got this off, take this bolt off, put that to the side. It's got sealer in there. I'm gonna take that out. So once this pin's out here, right? That pin holds this into place. So we're gonna take this apart. Pull this rubber back. Okay, so what I like to do, I'm getting these apart, just so I remember, and nothing gets mixed up here. I just put like a little arrow on it. Oops, my hand's so shaky. So I just have a little arrow. I know which way it goes, which way it installs. And again, just do it a couple times. Why not? Right? So then you know the assembly of it, because you can, when you take this apart, you can flip it the other way to put it on, and you'll be fighting with it for an hour, realizing that it doesn't line up because it's upside down. Okay, so now we're good to take this out here. So that's it there. All right, so how this works is it goes in like this here, and it just lifts. So when you pull on your gate, so you're trying to figure out whether you're in 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, or reverse. This is how it's done. And in the transmission, when I showed you where the forks were, that's how these line up, is by moving it up. You see how it's moving up and down? That's what controls that. So anyway, I like to take this apart. I like to inspect it, see how it's got a little bit of play. That's acceptable play, that's okay. But you wanna have a look at it. I usually try to, take it apart, clean it, re-grease it, put it back on, usually clean the boot, put the boot back on, and just make sure there's no excessive wear. This is pretty good here. There's a wear spot right there, but it's still good. It's still even, I can feel it. See, you still got the factory grease on it, which is nice. I'm gonna clean that fork out there. Make sure there's nothing in it. This side here, make sure there's no gunk. It's pretty dry. There's nothing grabbing on it. You don't need a lot of grease, just a little bit of both sides where it rubs. Okay, so again, arrow, get in there just like that. And it's just this part, there's no springs, nothing with this. Okay, yeah, because it's got to line up in that little thing there. So anyways, what keeps this in from going in and out, is what I showed you, that little ridge is this pin. You just got to make sure it's pushed in all the way. Stick your pin in. Pin goes just about that much. That's it there. Now the fun part. You got to get this boot. So this boot goes in. So put the boot on like that there. Let's get this guy in. Line him up in there. You can see it in there. So you see how it's working now. Get some good lube in there. Nice and clean. See it there, how it rotates inside there? Okay. Now that we know that all works, put our boot on, and our boot should hold it together now. You can, if you're handy and you do have a lot of play, you can take this right out. I showed it in one of our videos. You can add some weld to it, grind it down and make it really, really snug. But that's more of a, a precise drag race part. Anyways, this is how your lockout works right here. That's it. So it just goes and it just kicks this guy right here, not allowing it to shift a certain amount. So anyways, what we do here is we clean it all up. We get all the goop off it because we're doing this quick. That guy's on. I only do these hand tight and I finish them on the transmission when it's tight. We're gonna crack this loose. This is what's gonna allow us to take everything apart here. So put a little bit of pressure on it. Okay, and this is a bolt and a washer here. And there is a little bit of spring loaded to it. Okay, there's your little washer there. These washers do have a different shape to them too. If you look at it, it's almost like a little bit of a frying pan. So let's try not to change it. Let's keep it the exact same way. Put it back there, put it aside. You don't need to clean it or anything. It's got oil on it from the transmission. See, I can move this up and down. Now what we're gonna do is, and again, this is where my arrows come into play. I'm gonna take this out. Okay. Sometimes if you're lucky, you can get it all apart with nothing coming out. But anyways, you put that like that. I'm just gonna jam this in there to keep it from moving. Okay, and then we got that out there. This here, we're not gonna use these anymore. And then this here, this can stay in. At the same time, you can check it and make sure it's straight, right edge here, right? It's nice and straight. So if you take a light and put a light behind it, if there was a bend in it, see how you can see the light there? That's how you could tell if there's a bend in it. If I can't see any sunlight coming through here, this little line right here, that means it's perfectly straight. You wanna check it a couple different ways. It's straight, it's good to go. Okay, so we're gonna put the spring back in. After we've checked it, everything's good. Put the little guy in. Big guy. There we go, everything looks fine. Put our top hat looking thing that keeps everything together. See our arrows right, so we know we're putting it in right, no questions. Now we're gonna grab this guy here. So it's all lined up. We're good. You can see the hole right through it. So we're just gonna push it in. This can be fun. Again, we're lined up. Put that back in. I don't usually put Loctite on these. If you're not familiar with a torque, you can put Loctite on it. A little bit of blue. Okay, so the only thing we didn't go over is this is the time that you would replace your shift selector in here. These are commonly, they wear out. There's a couple aftermarket ones out there, either for drag racing or whatever, heavier shifts. They heat treat them. I think they take a stock one and just heat treat it. But these are common to wear out right here and then making it harder to get in gear. It's quite easy to change them. That's it right there. It's just this big one part. This is where we would torque it. I'm pretty confident with my hand torque, so I'm just gonna do it like that. We're good, that is never coming apart. Hey guys, we just wanted to go over a couple things. You'll see a lot when I'm doing an installation on a part. I tend to use a hand tool versus a power tool. I think one of the things that has happened in the last like 20 years is everybody wants to use power tools. I'm not opposed to power tools, I love them, especially if you're taking a transmission apart or quickly disassembling them. I think power tools are great. I am still old school where I like to use a ratchet or a wrench whenever I can. I like doing it because I get to see if something is coming apart. Like if I got a strip bolt that went in strip myself or someone else did, I get to fix it on the way out. I could feel it. The other thing that is years of experience, I've been doing this over 30 years, you get to have the feel of torque. I know it is quicker to use a gun than to do it by hand. It takes a little longer, but I just feel I get a better feel of everything, how things are coming apart. Where I strongly suggest a torque wrench is, if you're not comfortable, if you're new to the game, is get familiar with it. You'll get to learn how a torque spec feels, but you won't see us using it as much. So that's just the basics that I wanted to go through, power tool versus hand tool. So again, installation is, if you look at, we're gonna throw it right back in there like that, which is, we're just gonna drop it in like this. You see how it clears right inside here, like that. And then it should, yeah, it's lined up, it's good. See, it's in. Just it does have a dowel on this side here, so sometimes it doesn't feel like it wants to go in all the way. So I can actually show it to you. There's a dowel there that goes into this hole here. They can have two of them also. This one only has one, but there can be two dowels in it. I find that you do need them on some applications. We do take them out and never use them in a race application, but for this I like it because it centers the mechanism. So at this point we would take our 4 6mm bolts. So you got short, short, tall, tall. On them. They don't come out usually. Yeah, so it feels like a little more tension, a little stiffer. You can get race ones or not so race ones, but this one feels pretty good.